You're tuning into Her Hoops.
And today, we're stepping straight into controversy. So if you're sensitive, if you get emotional over roster talk, if the unsubscribe button is already calling your name, go ahead and hover over it now. Because this conversation, it's not comfortable, but it is necessary. Here's the question nobody wants to ask out loud. Did Kelsey Mitchell's replacement just show up in real time wearing Team USA colors? And no, this isn't clickbait. This isn't hate. This is basketball reality.
Damn. We to the point that Kelsey Mitchell is saying something. Y'all know, Kelsey Mitchell don't really say much about nothing. She be off in her own little world doing her thing. She don't really bother nobody. Kelsey Mitchell be low-key doing her thing. Kelsey Mitchell not even feeling this. This is crazy work. Kelsey Mitchell, Indiana Fever star guard, had some things to say. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification, and hype the video. So,
at Team USA camp, something jumped off the screen. Something Fever fans couldn't unsee once they noticed it. Caitlin Clark, fully healthy, fully confident, running the offense again. And right beside her, Jackie Young, a three-time WNBA champion, a proven winner, a guard who doesn't just score, but rebounds, defends, passes, and makes the right basketball play. And suddenly, the chemistry was undeniable. One possession told the entire story. Jackie Young fights through traffic, outmuscles multiple defenders.
But as of right now, it don't look like Kelsey Mitchell want to leave Indy, but at the end of the day, you just never know when money's involved, man. Anybody can make any rational decision when money is involved. Now, with that being said, the last time we seen Kelsey Mitchell on a basketball court, she was getting help off the basketball court. She pretty much played her heart out, man, for the 2025 season. Literally played her way out of her shoes damn near. To me, I feel like Stephanie White was just using Kelsey Mitchell in ways that we have not seen her been used defensively.
Rips down a rebound like it's personal, and instead of forcing a shot, instead of chasing numbers, she kicks it back out. To Caitlin Clark, bang, 3 points. That's not a highlight, that's a philosophy. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. When Caitlin Clark is on the floor, the Fever don't need a guard who only scores. They need a guard who completes the system. Someone who can run, defend, rebound, move the ball, and still punish defenses when left open.
Well, fans are noticing a potential fit, and we're going to check it out because I actually think the fans are onto something here. So, of course, Leah Boston, Caitlin Clark, they're in Durham, North Carolina right now. Caitlin Clark is 100% healthy. The CBA, 25 days away, basically 24 days away from the deadline. They got to get this done. You see this. Jackie Young's Team USA run with Caitlin Clark has Fever fans a-talking.
Fever fans are asking the same thing, quietly at first, now louder by the day. What if the better fit isn't the familiar name, but the better all-around player? This isn't about disrespecting Kelsey Mitchell. She balled out. She carried the load when Clark was out. She did exactly what she was supposed to do. But basketball doesn't stop evolving just because feelings get involved. Free agency is coming. The CBA clock is ticking. And Team USA just may have revealed something the Indiana Fever can't ignore anymore.
okay, here it says, Kelsey Mitchell weighs in on a proposed development league in the WNBA. Here it says, as fans saw throughout the 2025 season, the Indiana Fever was tasked with signing several players to hardship contracts as members of the team suffered ACL and meniscus tears, broken feet, and groin injuries.
So the question is simple and explosive. If you're trying to build a championship team around Caitlin Clark, who actually fits? Drop your take in the comments, and when you're ready, say it with me. To really understand why this moment matters, you've got to zoom out, way out, and look at how we even got here. Kelsey Mitchell has been the Indiana Fever's bucket getter for years. Through losing seasons, coaching changes, rebuilds that never quite rebuilt, she stayed, she scored, she survived chaos. And when Caitlin Clark went down, Mitchell did what scorers do.
Jackie Young, 3-time WNBA champion, 4-time All-Star, 2-time All-W, 16.5 points a game, but that ain't the story. The story is 4.5 rebounds a game, 5.1 assists, 47.5% shooting, and she's only 28 years old.
she took over. The offense ran through her. The shots went up. The points piled up. No debate there. But here's the part that gets conveniently skipped. That version of the Fever? That wasn't the future. That was the placeholder. Because the moment Caitlin Clark stepped onto that floor, everything about Indiana's identity changed. Pace changed. Spacing changed. Expectations changed. The Fever stopped being a scrappy rebuilding team and became a national talking point overnight. And with that shift comes a hard truth. Roles shrink when superstars arrive. Mitchell's numbers were always going to dip when Clark returned. That's not disrespect, it's math. Usage rate doesn't lie. When the most dynamic offensive engine in women's basketball is running your system, the ball naturally flows through her hands. Now enter Jackie Young. She's not theoretical. She's not a maybe. She's a resume. 3 championships, 4 All-Star selections, 2-time All-WNBA, a former #1 overall pick who has already proven she can thrive without needing the ball every possession. And that's the key. At Team USA camp, Jackie Young isn't trying to outshine Caitlin Clark. She's complementing her, filling gaps, doing the invisible work that turns good teams into great ones, rebounding in traffic, making the extra pass, defending bigger players, running lanes in transition. This is where Fever fans started connecting dots. Both guards are free agents. One is 2 years younger. One brings championship DNA. One happens to be from Indiana. And suddenly, this isn't just about what happened at Team USA camp, it's about what Indiana needs moving forward. Do you build around familiarity or fit? Do you reward loyalty or optimize for a title window that just cracked open? Those questions don't wait politely. Free agency forces answers. And as uncomfortable as it is to admit, Jackie Young's on-court chemistry with Caitlin Clark didn't create this conversation. Now let's slow this down, frame by frame, because this is where emotion has to take a back seat to basketball. That Team USA clip everyone's talking about? It wasn't flashy for the sake of flash. It was revealing. Jackie Young crashes the glass against multiple defenders. Not guards, bodies. She muscles through, secures the rebound, and immediately surveys the floor. No panic, no tunnel vision, no "I got mine" mentality. And this is the moment that matters. Instead of forcing a shot back up, instead of chasing a highlight, she kicks it out to Caitlin Clark, who's already relocating, already balanced, already dangerous. 3 points, clean, efficient, correct. Now ask yourself honestly, how often does that play happen when the ball hits Kelsey Mitchell's hands? Mitchell is a scorer, a pure one. Once the ball goes in, it's usually not coming back out. That's not a flaw, it's a role. But when Caitlin Clark is your offensive engine, that role becomes redundant fast. Because Clark doesn't just score, she creates scoring ecosystems. She bends defenses before the pass even leaves her hands. That means the best guard next to her isn't the one who needs the ball. It's the one who knows what to do without it. Look at the numbers. Jackie Young, 16.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, 5.1 assists, nearly 48% shooting. Kelsey Mitchell, higher points, yes, but fewer rebounds, fewer assists, and less defensive impact. Basketball is 5 categories, not 1. Young impacts every possession, even the ones that don't end with her name in the box score. She rebounds like a forward, defends like a wing, passes like a point guard. And when she scores, it's within the flow, not at the expense of it. And let's talk pace. Every time younger, faster players share the floor with Caitlin Clark, the Fever look different. The transition game pops. The ball moves quicker. The offense breathes. That's not coincidence. That's compatibility. This isn't about saying Mitchell can't play. It's about recognizing that Jackie Young plays the style Caitlin Clark needs. And once you see that, once you really see it, you can't unsee it. That's why fans are talking. That's why this clip went viral. And that's why Indiana's front office is absolutely paying attention. This is where the conversation stops being comfortable and starts getting real uncomfortable. Because the loudest argument against this idea isn't basketball, it's emotion. Loyalty. She stayed through the rebuild. She carried the team. She deserves it. All of that can be true and still not be the right move. WNBA history is littered with players who were crucial in one phase and expendable in the next. Rebuild players rarely survive title timelines. That's not cruelty, it's the league. And here's the contradiction nobody wants to address. The same fans demanding Indiana do what's best for Caitlin Clark are often the same ones refusing to entertain a move that actually benefits her game. You can't have it both ways. If Caitlin Clark is the franchise cornerstone, and she is, then every roster decision must be filtered through one question. Does this maximize her efficiency and the team's ceiling? Not who scores the most. Not who's been here longer. Not who do we feel bad for? Ceiling, efficiency, championships. And this is where Jackie Young's resume becomes impossible to ignore. She's already won. Multiple times. She understands sacrifice. She's played next to stars without shrinking. She's done the dirty work when it didn't show up on SportsCenter. Mitchell, on the other hand, just experienced what happens when the offense is hers. The shots went up. The points came easy. And now? The ball is about to swing back to Caitlin Clark's hands. That transition isn't easy for scorers. History proves that too. Add in the free agency pressure. Add in contract negotiations. Add in age curves. Add in fit. And suddenly, this isn't just a basketball debate. It's a business decision. And yes, there's another layer nobody wants to say out loud. Indiana matters to Jackie Young. Indiana doesn't to Mitchell. One is from there, one isn't. One brings championship gravity into a locker room still learning how to win. One brings scoring, something Caitlin Clark already supplies in abundance. None of this makes Mitchell a villain, but it does make the situation volatile. Because the Fever are no longer rebuilding quietly. They're being watched, every move scrutinized, every mistake amplified. And if Indiana chooses emotion over optimization, they'll hear about it, loudly. Now let's really break this down, beyond highlights, beyond box scores, beyond fandom. Basketball at the highest level is about decision speed. Not just how fast you run, but how fast you process. And this is where the gap between good scorer and elite complementary star becomes massive. Watch how Jackie Young plays off the ball. She cuts with purpose. She relocates instinctively. She reads defensive shifts before they fully happen. When Caitlin Clark draws two defenders, Jackie doesn't stand still waiting. She's already sliding into space or crashing the weak side. That matters, because Caitlin Clark's gravity is unlike anything the WNBA has seen. Defenses don't just guard her, they pre-rotate. They hedge early. They panic. And the best teammates in that environment are the ones who punish chaos, not add to it. Jackie Young thrives in chaos. She rebounds like a forward. 4.5 a game from the guard spot isn't accidental. That's positioning, timing, and willingness to do unglamorous work. And when she grabs that board, she doesn't waste the advantage. She advances the ball. She keeps the offense alive. Mitchell's game, by contrast, is linear. Catch, score, or miss. That's incredibly valuable, until the offense no longer needs a volume shooter. When Clark is running the show, efficiency matters more than volume. Touches matter. Shot quality matters. And so does defense, something that becomes non-negotiable in playoff basketball. Now layer in the personal side. Jackie Young has already lived the championship grind. She understands when to defer and when to assert. She's been coached hard. She's been challenged publicly. She's won anyway. That's the type of voice that changes locker rooms. This Fever roster is young, talented, but inexperienced. They don't need another scorer trying to prove something. They need someone who already knows what the finish line looks like. And here's the quiet part. Caitlin Clark plays her best basketball when the game speeds up without becoming reckless. Jackie Young helps control that speed. She keeps possessions alive. She makes Clark's reads easier. That's not chemistry you manufacture. That's recognition. This isn't about replacing Kelsey Mitchell the person. It's about upgrading the ecosystem. And ecosystems win championships. Because this conversation doesn't stop with the Indiana Fever. It ripples across the entire WNBA. What we're really watching here is the league colliding with its own evolution. For years, the WNBA has rewarded loyalty, tenure, and survival through rebuilds. And there's nothing wrong with honoring that. But the moment Caitlin Clark entered the league, the timeline accelerated. The margin for sentimental decision-making shrank overnight. Stars like Clark don't wait 5 years. Windows don't stay open politely. And now front offices are being forced to ask harder questions faster. This is what happens when the league finally has a true gravitational superstar. Everything around her has to optimize or fall behind. Ball movement matters more. Defensive versatility matters more. Championship experience matters more. And fans are learning that lesson in real time. The pushback to this discussion reveals something bigger. Many WNBA fans still conflate liking a player with building a contender. Those two things are not the same. NBA teams figured this out years ago. Fit beats familiarity. Roles beat reputations. And the WNBA is now stepping into that same era, whether people are comfortable with it or not. Jackie Young represents that shift. A do-it-all guard who doesn't need the spotlight but still impacts winning at the highest level. A player who raises a team's floor and ceiling without dominating the ball. If Indiana makes a move like this, it signals something major. The Fever are no longer content being a feel-good story. They want banners. And that changes expectations across the league. Suddenly, free agency becomes sharper, contracts become shorter, roles become clearer, and accountability gets louder. Caitlin Clark didn't just bring eyes, she brought standards. And players who fit those standards will thrive. Players who don't will be left in uncomfortable conversations like this one. That's not hate, that's growth. The league is leveling up, and hard truths come with that territory. So here we are, at the part of the conversation where there's no more hedging, no more soft landings. This isn't about disrespecting Kelsey Mitchell. This isn't about erasing what she did when the Fever needed her most. And it's definitely not about pretending she can't play. She can. But basketball doesn't reward nostalgia. It rewards fit. And when you strip the emotion out, when you remove loyalty points and social media noise, one reality stands tall. Jackie Young fits Caitlin Clark better. She rebounds when the possession should be over. She passes when others force. She defends when stars rest. She understands how to win without needing credit. That's not accidental, that's championship wiring. Caitlin Clark doesn't need another scorer trying to get theirs. She is the offense. She's the gravity. Everything bends around her. And the best teams around generational players always figure this out sooner or later. Indiana is at that crossroads now. Free agency is looming. The CBA clock is ticking. And Team USA camp may have accidentally pulled the curtain back on what the Fever's future could look like. Faster, smarter, tougher, and more complete. One path is familiar. The other is uncomfortable, but higher upside. And here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. If Indiana chooses emotion over optimization, the window closes faster than it opened. Championships don't wait. So now it's on you. Do you prioritize loyalty or winning? Do you keep what feels safe or chase what fits best? Do you want points or banners? That's the debate. That's the tension. And that's why this conversation matters, whether people like it or not. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Argue it out. Debate it. Push back if you disagree. But do it with basketball logic, not feelings. And if you're here for real WNBA conversations, the kind that don't dodge uncomfortable truths, make sure you like, subscribe, and stick with Her Hoops. Because we don't run from the debate. We start it.